Hey, hi, how are all of you beautiful people doing on this fine day today? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I'm gonna just start this video off with saying, God damn! At the time of the screenshot, 615 people voted on the poll. Did you guys miss voting on the poll that much from my YouTube channels? Like, holy shit. Alrighty then, I hear you guys. I will start having weekly polls every single time I upload. Your wish is my command and I am your bitch. Wait. As promised, my Yhwach and Rimuru video is finally out, and oh my god, I'm about to lay the fucking smackdown on you crow-gunk looking hunchback douchebags. If you guys enjoy the content you see, like the video, subscribe, and turn on the bell. We can't have you missing peak content from yours truly.
This is where the fun begins.
No, Anakin, this is not where the fun begins, you jackass. This video is gonna be very long, I can already see it now. Since Bleach is airing right now, it's only fitting to talk about Yhwach, or at least mention him in a video. Well, I guess also because Tensura is getting a season 4, I think, and a movie. I could be wrong about that, but I think they are. Yhwach was talked about on this channel a very long time ago, and of course he lost to the GOAT Accelerator. I mean, come on now. Like, who the fuck do you think I am? As we all know, Yhwach is a Quincy that I won't really go over too much about, at least with like the basic shit, because we already know he can absorb Reishi and protect himself with like Blute Vein, or however you pronounce that. In order to save time for this video, we're going to skip straight to Yhwach when he has the Almighty and the Soul King absorbed. Keep in mind he also has access to all the abilities of the Sternritters, so I will talk about a few of them as they are actually quite important and quite powerful. Yhwach can control fate, causality, and even in a sense have precognition. The Almighty allows Yhwach to see everything clearly from the present into the distant future. Yhwach can see all possible futures like grains of sand on a beach. The true power of the Almighty is to transform the future itself. Yhwach is capable of changing and influencing the futures that he sees. The Almighty allows Yhwach to cut down any fate his opponent may make for themselves. Yo, you fucking hear that, Rimuru fans? You hear that? Do you hear that? With the Almighty, Yhwach can set traps and attack his opponent instantly through rewriting and attacking through the future. Yhwach's attacks through the future cannot be sensed as well. If his attacks were to be blocked, he can rewrite the future to make it where his attack is successful. He's like a hacked god. The only thing that literally would work on him is like reality warping. Phase magic, by the way, if you couldn't tell, phase magic. But Othinus, the Almighty doesn't work on Rimuru or digital life form Rimuru. He traveled through time, so he's above time and space. Oh my god, you can't be serious! You are trolling! So by this logic, you're telling me that since Saitama went back in time like 20 minutes, he's above time and space? Saitama is above all of causality because he time traveled 20 fucking minutes? No. Yhwach can rewrite the future even in which he has died to instantly bring himself back to life. When a power enters Yhwach's vision, he can know the power, quote unquote, and all the powers that Yhwach knows take his side and are rendered powerless before him, incapable of being used against him or even harming him. All of Rimuru's abilities would be rendered useless, as Yhwach would know everything that he is doing when they are fighting. I find it really hard to believe that Rimuru can counter the Almighty. Like, please tell me how, because I don't fucking see anything that yeah, I can't even talk. Yhwach can rewrite the future so that everything he destroys will remain broken in all possible futures. Even with Orihime's ability to reject past events and causality, very important, causality! The balance is Hashwal's shrift that allows him to manipulate fortune and misfortune that occurs within his sphere of influence. All good fortune experienced by the opponent in causing injury to him will be directed back to them as misfortune of the same magnitude. This ability can also be used to kill people the user could not harm before. The explode is where Yhwach's Reishi turns everything that he comes into contact with into bombs. He can explode and send out several bits of Reishi from all directions at once. Wait, hold on a second. That's not very useful. Well, at least Bambi's kind of bad, bro. Yhwach can use the miracle to make the impossible possible. Hoffnung contains all the hope, quote unquote, together in a literal sense. Now, while this ability is broken on its own to make the impossible possible, there's one ability that I really wanted to talk about and that he has access to because he's fucking Yhwach. Yhwach can turn his imagination into reality with the Visionary. Yhwach can interact with and erase beings who lack physical realities but rather are constructive, appear pure imagination. From existence such as genuinely, Yhwach can erase objects and the people from existence through his imagination. And of course with this, he can literally make up anything as he wants. As an example of this was when Grammy was fighting Kenpachi, how Grammy could literally make up anything he thought of. So with just a single thought, Rimuru could be dead multiple times in multiple infinite parallel futures. That's crazy to think about. It literally does not matter if Rimuru has immortality of the highest degree. Who gives a shit if he can't die as long as his clone exists in an imaginary space or whatever? Okay, so what? A different future where Yhwach can control and kill that imaginary space with the Almighty and all the other Sternritter abilities to make the impossible possible? Yeah, that literally does not mean anything. The true ability of the X-axis is to become intangible. The ability is accessed by Yhwach opening his eyes. Even the Zanpakuto Toe from the Captain class Shinigami can't touch Yhwach. In this state, logic no longer applies to Yhwach. The attacks of the X-axis can also interact with intangibility on its own level. So you're telling me that Rimuru can survive being killed in infinite futures with someone who has logic not applied to him, can make the impossible possible, can see infinite futures, and can conduct misfortune, and can think of anything he wants into reality? Really? Digital life form Rimuru? So with that being said, he does have the next form, which is the Soul King absorbed option, but honestly, it's really nothing to talk about. Also, yeah, I know Rimuru is also a hacks god. I won't deny it. I'm not ignorant to the fact of what I can see. Like, I'm not that dumb. Rimuru does have hacks, like, so what? But, like, so does literally Othinus. Also, by the way, Othinus shits all over Rimuru still, and Othinus is overrated, and Prime Rimuru stomps his verse? Yo, keep saying dumb shit like that, I'm gonna punch you in the fucking throat and then teabag your body. Rimuru has multiple hacks, like way too many, so I'm not gonna go over every single one as the video would already be way too long, but I will cover a lot of the more important ones, like all of his special skills, or no, you already know his special skills. You know what I'm talking about. Fuck it, roll it. Rimuru has type 8 immortality due to him having a body or a clone that lies in the imaginary space. Yeah, fuck it, we already know that shit. Food chain allows him to get skills from his subordinates. That's why he has so many skills. Oh my god, he can just eat everything. I bet he literally does eat everything, that non-gender bitch. Oh god, am I gonna get roasted by these woke kids now because I said there's non-gender, there's two genders? Oh god, I'm so dead. If someone who fights Rimuru loses the will to fight, he can technically eat their soul. Spatial domination allows Rimuru to control space and move any space to a different location in an instant. Defense barriers creates a multi-layered defense and distorts space. It's a multi-dimensional barrier that is always active in a multi-layered barrier, which makes it use of dimensional gap. He can seal his targets within an infinite prison, an imaginary room that isolates any and all targets. This little shitty slime ball can stop time itself. Rimuru also has type 4A causality. Rimuru can share his consciousness simultaneously with multiple bodies. Each body is connected through a soul corridor. Thus, Rimuru can't die as long as his body exists within the imaginary space and another universe, hence another timeline or possible future. So, the reason why people are saying the Almighty does not work on Rimuru is because his body exists in an imaginary space, giving him a causality type 4, putting him above time and space, putting him, make sure that cause and effect doesn't apply to him. Even if Rimuru's clone exists in a different space, Rimuru himself would still be literally in front of Yhwach fighting. That's how fights work. That's how this shit is done. I don't give a shit if Rimuru has another body in another fucking realm. That argument is so stupid, and it does not work on the Almighty. Plus, with all the Sternritter abilities that he does have, Rimuru can override physical laws, and of course, I won't forget about his turn null. Rimuru with turn null basically allowed him to create and rebuild tens of thousands of worlds. Wow, that's so cool. Dimension Storm is an ability Rimuru has that releases a rainbow-colored storm, which it will swallow and erase anything in existence. He can kill targets just by looking at them. Wait a second, is the little bro trying to be Yoguri now? Rimuru has void manipulation. Nihilistic hazard creates a large magic formation. Nah, fuck this, bro. I'm not gonna read all this shit. You can read this right here. You just got void manipulation. I'm not reading all this shit on my script, bro. I'm too fucking lazy. Moreover, like Yhwach, Rimuru can overwrite the very nature of an object itself. The skill allows the user to be able to obtain their desired effect and manipulate the very laws of causality. This level of causality causality is nothing compared to the Almighty, but it was still worth mentioning. He can sever dimensions and disconnect space, not like this would matter, but we're just being honest of what abilities that he does have. So let's run it back a little bit, okay? Rimuru has a lot of hacks, but Yhwach takes this shit easily, and let me explain why. Even with the Almighty, Yhwach has access to various types of abilities like the Miracle, X-Axis, the Balance, and the Visionary, just to name a few. He can alter the reality of any fight so he can always win. He can also turn the impossible into possible with the Miracle. Plus, once an ability is used on it once, it will not work on him again. This with the X-Axis making logic null and void bypasses what Rimuru has. On top of that, with the Visionary, this allows Yhwach to think of whatever he wants into reality. Literally anything. He can just erase it from existence in every single possible future if he so wanted to. Yes, Rimuru can manipulate cause and effect, but that isn't enough to stop Yhwach. Think of it like this. Rebecca from Black Clover can control destiny by manipulating fate and causality. Sure, it's not as high of a scale as the Almighty, but the point being, and the point I'm trying to make, is that even if you can control fate, you can still be affected by other people who have the same power, especially if they're stronger than you. And in this case, Yhwach is leagues fucking stronger than Rimuru. Also, yes, I'm comparing Rimuru's fate and causality powers to that of Black Clover. Rimuru overriding basic physical laws does absolutely nothing. Accelerator can do that with his vector manipulation. Him trying to seal Yhwach does jack shit, and honestly, any attack Rimuru does to Yhwach would either get destroyed in a possible future timeline, or it would just miss. Rimuru has a lot of powers and abilities. Unfortunately, not really, a lot of his hacks he has are fodder. He has some good ones, but there's nothing top tier, let's be honest. So Rimuru has a body in the imaginary space for the 4th time. To nail this home so you guys understand what I'm trying to say is that it doesn't matter! So go ahead, tell me how you think Rimuru can beat Yhwach with all of his hacks that defy literal logic, fate, causality, time, space, and honestly anything you can think of. I'll find a way to make Rimuru lose my video? No, it's just simple fact that Yhwach is stronger. It's nothing more than that. It's a shame that Null Void isn't like phase magic, then maybe he would have a chance. The Almighty with all the Sternritter's abilities bypass anything Rimuru can do and scales way higher in terms of power. The A-causality feat that Rimuru has does not do shit to his ability to manipulate cause and effect on a level of what Yhwach can do. Translation: Rimuru can't do shit, gets one tap by Yhwach on a Souls' verse. You mad, bro? Yhwach wins via the Almighty and all the Sternritter abilities. Peace!